Welcome to this video on how to determine who has submitted a form response. We have a few tips and suggestions to help you out with this information. You will see I am picking up where I left off from the previous video, so my columns might be in a slightly different position from where yours are. One thing that I would suggest before we start is that you freeze this top row. This will ensure that these column headings remain visible as you scroll down through your data, because if I start to scroll at this point, I lose my heading columns. So if I want to freeze this so that they stay, if I go up into the View menu, choose Freeze, choose one row, now as I start to scroll, the headings stay. So to figure out who has filled out an attendance report and who hasn't, you can just start by reviewing the name column to make sure everyone has submitted their attendance information. But if you have a lot of staff and they've submitted many form responses over this past month, this won't work very well. I want to show you a few ways that you can check to see how many staff have filled this out each month using the formulas that are already programmed into this Google Sheet. If you just click into an empty cell, probably just underneath in the name column, type the equal sign, and then start typing for the word count unique with no space. It comes up in the search. I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to select the range of names and then hit enter. This tells me the number of unique entries that are in this column. And if I go back and check, I'll see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unique names. However, it will think that spelling mistakes or entries with a slightly difference in how they've been entered are totally unique and individual names. So if this number does not match the number of staff that you expected to be filling out the form, you can now ask the sheet to list what are these unique names. So again, in another cell, probably just underneath, again, hit the equal sign, and then just start typing in the word unique. Choose the option that comes up. Again, choose the range, hit enter, and it will give you a list of all of the unique names that it counted. So you can then see if someone used a slightly different version of their name in another entry or if they made a spelling mistake. You might want to talk to your staff just to make sure that they're aware that they need to enter in their name the same every time. Now, this information is just for your own use as you are approving and checking off attendance information. You do not need to do this for HR purposes. If it's easier just to count the names, you're free to do that as well. HR does not need this for their own use. So once you're done, you can just select this information, hit the backspace, and delete it out of the way. One other option that you can do is to use an Explore button. So if you select your column, down here in the very bottom right-hand corner, click on Explore, and it's going to give you some graphs to go with the information. So in this case, I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unique names, and now I can also see the number of times that they've submitted. I can also see that from the pie chart here. Depending on which column you choose, you can use this Explore option in the other columns. So in this case, time absent in hours, if I select this one and choose my Explore button, I can now see some charts and graphs it makes, but I can also just see the average attendant or the average absence that I've had in this department is 8.625 hours, minimum from 1.25, maximum up to 16.5. So you can choose various columns, hit the Explore button, and see the kinds of charts that it gives you. And then don't forget, you can also just sort columns. So if your names are all mixed up in various order, you can sort them. Or you might want to sort your absence columns so that all the yeses and all the nos are together. So in any of these columns, you select the column, click the little drop down, choose sort from A to Z or from Z to A, depending on the direction you want. So then you can see all my nos are together and all my yeses are together. And it will just rearrange the rest of the spreadsheet accordingly. If you decide you don't want to keep it this way, if you want it to go back to the original, just click the undo button up in the top bar, and it will put it back the way it was. We hope you are now comfortable with this new method of collecting, reviewing, and approving attendance information using Google Forms. If you still need some assistance, please contact the HR office and they will help you out. Thanks, and have a great day.